Friday. A different day.
A different day. We usually record on Tuesdays. We're here, episode 13. Ed Placencia, Lane Compton, recording Life in the Dad Lane. Kind of shifted things around a little bit this week. We're recording on a Friday night. What is Friday night in the house of Lane and family like?
Oh, it's the fast lane for sure. No.
Pretty crazy?
No. Thankfully, at the moment, the reason we, of course, pushed was we've dealt with a few. We had to cancel through the end of one show and then push the other one as we were getting started because of the witching hour.
How's that been going?
Good. It's been going good. Fingers crossed we make it through this one.
I mean, we're recording at the same time of day, just on a different day. It sounds pretty quiet there. Let me just jinx it for you.
I'm not going to say anything. No way. I'm not going to even touch on that. I'll knock on wood for you, Ed.
Okay. How long is he down? And if so, how long has he been down?
He's not down. My wife took him out for some errands this afternoon as I had a prior engagement this afternoon, and they have returned, and it seems to be going okay.
Okay, good.
And that's all I'll say about that. But did want to just acknowledge the ability to be flexible, which you have been, so thank you. But also I shared this with you, but the learning lesson, which I think will keep me from saying, okay, look, we can't do anything anymore. I mean, everything gets, cried out. We're canceling it. We're canceling Christmas. Is we can still go and engage, but if breakdown happens, if you're going out to meet friends or do something, I'm going to continue to try and do that and engage in it. And same with this. Something where you just say, okay, we're gonna do it, and if breakdown happens, we just pack up and leave if we have to, and that's okay.
Yeah, and that's got to be a nice thing to have in the back of your mind going into things. It's got to help release a little bit of pressure, so you're not going in like, I hope everything goes smoothly. If you know that, what, if it doesn't, it's fine. We'll just bounce.
Yeah, and maybe it's not as big of a learning lesson for other people, but I think I share with you too, like I would force through it. Like, we'll make it happen, or just, nope, can't do it. I mean, not to use it as an excuse of like, well, if we don't like being here, we can leave. I mean, we'll probably pull that card too.
I mean, but you have to, right?
Yeah, we have good reason to do it now. But I think it opens the door to more flexibility within myself that I often don't give myself. So it was a good learning lesson, and so just wanted to kind of acknowledge that, and the commitment to then still stick with it this week, which was great. So
yeah, definitely. I'm glad you could. Yeah,
me too.
13 weeks in, what's been going on? Are you still seeing like overnight changes? Like, does he still seem like a different guy all the time?
Yeah, that's still happening. And there was that show that I had mentioned on Netflix called Babies. And one of the things that one of the episodes focuses on is development and growth. And oftentimes someone will show you the chart, and there's like these curve, it's a graph, and it's like, oh yeah, he's on the right trajectory, or she is on the right trajectory. So this is how, someone in the 70th percentile or 50th percentile, and it's all graphed out. But this woman in the show kind of makes a discovery that no, we don't really grow like that. There is those overnight 2 centimeters. Oh my God. And really tried to introduce that to the pediatric medical world. And so many respected, known doctors of the field were like, no, that's, that goes against everything we've known. And it's true though. And so I think he'll probably continue to do that. And what's interesting is I can see also when those big shifts or growths happen, then either the day before or the day after, there's a little bit longer sleeps. Like his nap is like, oh my God, he's napped almost an hour and a half, when usually it's like 35, 45 minutes. And all of them are much longer. Or he's feeding a lot longer. Or, feeds on both sides when he's breastfeeding with my wife. And so you see the like, okay, I had a big spurt. I need help, guys. I need more sleep, or I need more food. And that shows up for sure.
And I guess I said 13 weeks. This is only episode 13, but did he just have his 4-month birthday?
He did. He did.
Wow.
Yeah, you're right on it. The 1st of November, so last Saturday.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was talking to someone today. They're like, "Oh my God, 4 months already!" And then they said, "Well, can you even remember life without him?" And it's like, and kind of not really,
Yeah. Does it seem like a long time ago when you can?
Yeah, time is really weird. I've been thinking about this a lot. I mean, time in general is weird, but with the kiddo, it's extremely bizarre. I've been thinking about it because I forget someone else I was talking to who had a kid. They're much older than my son is, but I said something about like, oh yeah, well this just happened. And like, oh yeah, that thing. I'm like, so we all do know the things, but still no one like shares with you this moment, this thing's gonna happen to you, buddy. Get ready.
Yeah.
And it just was like, it's because the sleep depravity, the quickness of growth and change, and you're just like trying to keep up, flying by the seat of the pants, that I don't hold it against any parents any longer when I like share like, this just happened. It was like, oh yeah. I was like, wait, you knew this? You knew this and you didn't tell me?
I'm sure people say that it goes so fast and time flies. Do you find yourself intentionally focusing on any one thing to try to remember it and hold on to certain details as long as you can?
Only because my wife is so good at making sure we do. I don't have that in me. I'm just like, I fly by the seat of my pants with life. So, she's really good at it. So one of the things I've been doing this week, because she pointed out, is he goes on these long rambles where he's clearly talking. So he wants to communicate things. And the sounds and the way, I mean, he's just learning to play with his voice, but it feels like he's got a lot to share. And so I've been recording it because my wife had pointed out, like, he's not going to make these sounds forever. And they're sometimes really surprising when he finds a new one mid like ramble, and you see it like it happens, and he's like, like he tries it again, and so I've been recording a lot. My morning daddy duties, we like get up and do some stuff around the house, and then as we're getting closer to his first nap, I'll take him for a walk. Which has been really fun lately because it's much cooler in the morning, and we've had really like heavy fog set in, and so it's like we're seeing the same walk we do every day, but it's totally different. And to see him kind of being like, have we been here before? It's like it's the same, but it's not. But he rambles a lot through those. And so recording his walk rambles, his morning musings, as I call it.
Is he in a stroller? Is he in like a
Yes.
carry? Are you okay?
Yeah, so I've been doing the stroller, and actually today I did a much further walk because... So I'll combine two things that I've been wanting to talk about. We're starting the sleep training as we get into the 4th month. As I'm on the walk, I know generally, okay, because we're collecting all the data through the app, right? My wife's big on the data. Then I remember to put it in most times, but usually she's like, what time was this thing? And I was like, oh shit. Yeah, it was this. Yeah, you're right. But because she's so good, now I can reference and go, oh, yeah, it's about an hour and a half usually that he's awake after he wakes up in the morning, has his feed. We have about an hour and a half, and then he'll generally go into a nap about hour and a half, maybe 2 at the most. And so I know to get on that walk like a half hour before that time so that I can get him up. He can see the outdoors, be a part of it. And then halfway through, we have a stroller where I can like lower him from the seated to a laying position. And so he starts to kind of fuss a little bit. I put the pacifier in and lower it, and he just goes back, and it's almost like clockwork, like I'm pulling him back to sleep. But this morning, we got on a much longer walk because he didn't fall asleep as quickly. And then once he did, I was like, well, I'm almost home. One of the things they suggest is to help by they wake up in the same place they went to sleep. Because you're really learning to train them to have the confidence in themselves to feel safe, to then allow themselves to let go to sleep, so that they know they're safe and they trust where they are, and the same people are going to be there when they wake up, and they're not being abandoned. And it really is kind of fundamental in, early, like teaching them at an early age to trust and develop their own ability, because they're having to do it, right? Like, it is a very personal thing, and all you can do is like help give the tools so that it's really, I never thought I would be this into sleep and how babies sleep, but I guess that's probably true of all the things that I've learned along the way.
And it makes total sense, though.
Totally. Completely logical sense.
I just never would have thought about it.
Nope. Exactly.
That's so funny.
And so I'm almost home. It's like, well, he just went down. I know what I'll do. I'll walk to this other coffee shop that's much farther. I was like, I need a coffee this morning. It's Friday. Dad needs a treat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, halfway there, he wakes up much quicker than he usually would. And so now I'm like kind of panicking because, the freak out could happen now, because now we're twice as far from home. I didn't bring a bottle. I have to get him home to feed him. And that's kind of, we do that in the morning so my wife can get an extra morning sleep, like an extra 3 hours roughly, because that's also his like window of feeding still at this age. It's like 3 hours is really starting to push it if you can go that long. And so the other thing I tried this morning, we were talking about the walks and like him experiencing things, was I ran, like pushing the stroller because I had my running shoes on. And boy, did he love it.
Really?
He was just like, his arms were flailing, he's kicking, and he's talking, and we were cruising. Yeah, it was really neat to see. So long story short.
As you were saying that, I was wondering, because I know you like to play hockey, mm-hmm. and I was like, is Lane gonna get like one of those like running strollers, but that he can blade and push the baby? Like, is that a thing that you thought about, or a running stroller for running?
The running stroller, yes. And after doing it this morning and telling my wife, she's like, guess what we're getting for Christmas? So she's all into it too, because she was a big runner as well. And
oh, nice, good.
Yeah, so we're just hoping that one of them goes on sale, because the stuff is, I know I've said this a million times, but it's just bananas how expensive some of this stuff is. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So the one we have is not meant for running, but I did it anyway. We're like on a flat road, and it was fine. And he had a great time.
Did you go to the coffee shop then, or did you just turn around when he woke up?
Oh, no, I made it. I made it to the coffee shop, and then I spilled a lot of the coffee running home, but I got a large. It was fine. Oh, yeah, we had a couple of wipeouts. I know you're a big coffee guy, so you would have been a little disappointed how much coffee I spilled.
No. I'm proud that you went and got it. I am.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I made it there. I was committed, man. Commitment is like the word of the day for us.
I like that, not only is it tough to imagine your life before your son, but then like he's going to be a part of your life forever, Yeah. And that's, that can sound forever. It can sound intimidating on the surface, but I think especially, I'm sure if you're a dad, there's also a little bit of comfort to that. that there's this new part of your life that, yeah, I kind of like that. It's going to be there forever. That's kind of a cool thing.
Yeah, I bounce back and forth with it.
I'm sure there are moments I totally understand.
Yeah, it's more of the like, I bounce forward in excitement of like, oh, I can't wait till he can skate, or he can run, or we can do these things, and then it quickly goes to, and then he's gonna hate me. There's gonna be that time where he just, and I want to be able to give him space to do that, because I know it just, angsty teen, there's no prepping for any of it, really.
Does present day parenting, just because of technology, do you think that will make, not that it's going to be easy, but will it make it easier for you as a parent to be like, oh, they're here now, they should be here? Like, do you think it'll be harder to get away? Do you think it's harder for kids today to get away with stuff than it was when you were in high school?
I don't know. I think right now probably no, because the generation that is raising those kids didn't have the technology, so they're just like struggling to keep up. Right. Which I will probably be in that boat even still, because I'm technologically not sound at all. I'm really bad with technology. I mean, I can use my phone to like 10th of its capability probably. But more than my dad.
Yeah, there you go. See,
there you go. I don't know. I mean, I have a great fear of that. I mean, when you say technology and kids, like, we're really going to try to keep our kid away from phones and TV. Like, it's hard to not pull it out when you're with them, because it becomes clear how often it's just out and in your hand and you're looking something up. But it becomes even more clear when the kid is like playing and then stops and just looks at you, and you're like, oh God, this is awful. I gotta put this away. And so we're really making a conscious effort to not be on our phones in front of them, or if we do, to kind of like, if like a text we have to get, like, put it behind the kid, and you're like, yeah, okay, that's good, and then putting it away, because it's amazing how they just go, what's that thing? Even as we take pictures now with that same thing, I'm sure it's just so confusing to a kid, I'm sure. It's like, you use that to talk to people, because we'll do FaceTime with the grandparents or my sister or the uncles, and he knows how to do that. He knows how to, like...
Already? Wow.
Yeah, look and, like, engage with it until he doesn't want to. But, yeah. Yeah.
You mentioned, like, television. If you grew up like me, you were in front of the TV all the time. Is that something that you guys have started to talk about, and will it be different from how you were raised, or do you look at it like, well, I watched a lot of Sesame Street and what have you growing up, and that's fine, or like, what's the talk, at least right now?
The excitement of sharing some of those like classic animated movies and shows like Mr. Rogers and Sesame Street. But my wife and I both grew up kind of similarly. We weren't allowed to watch a lot of TV. And like, our house didn't have cable until I think I was in high school, which was hard, it's like, in a way, but now when I look back, it's like I was upset because I didn't know what the Rugrats were, or Nickelodeon, or like...
I was the same. Yeah, we didn't have cable either. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah. And I really appreciate that. I'm not someone... We have a TV in the living room, but it's on the wall, framed in a way that it's like... People have been in our house like, so do you guys watch TV? It's like, well, there's one right there. They're like, oh, I didn't even notice that's a TV, because it's... Anyway... And so it's not something that we do a lot. I do like to, watch, sporting events and things like that from time to time. And my wife and I have our shows that we watch. So we haven't really discussed what we'll do, but I know we're really not watching TV in front of him purposefully right now, so he doesn't see it. Or like, we'll use it to play music sometimes, like Spotify or whatnot. And... thankfully it's on this like swivel arm so we can pull it out and when we want to watch and then put it back. But if it's out and he sees any color or anything, it's just like, I mean, it's the boob tube for a reason, you know? It just gets us. So we're like constantly turning it away from his eye line if we're playing music or something. So there's a real strong push to keep it as minimal as possible. So.
What are his favorite toys right now? Does he have a favorite, or is it just kind of whatever happens to be placed in front of him?
Well, we have his gym, which,
yeah,
we take him to the gym in the morning, naturally. Right. But that's just like the tummy time, like mat that he can be on his stomach or he can lay on his back, and like there's all these hanging things. And so he can now use both hands, and it's just like yanking things back and forth, and he loves the ring things he can grab onto.
Is he intentionally grabbing that? Because I remember at one point he was just kind of flailing, and he might accidentally touch and grab.
Oh no, he's now like both hands together, like
going for it.
Yeah, yesterday I think it was. I fed him with a bottle, and actually he fed himself basically because he just like grabbed on.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty, and he loses it, and it's not like his fine motor skills are developing, but he knows what he's doing with his hands, and sometimes he sees it, and it's like why can't I? And then he's like, oh, I get it. And so there's constant discovery. I mean, the growth it's so fast. It's crazy. But yeah, he's now fully aware of both hands and feet. Like he'll grab things with his feet, and now he's grabbing both of his feet with his hands. The true yogi, the happy baby movement. Yeah, that's a new thing that happened even I think just this morning or yesterday morning. He grabbed.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
How's he doing with, now that you kind of got the okay that it's okay to hold him up while he's trying to stand up? How's that? Is he still enjoying wanting to get up?
I may have to retract some of that learning because
really?
Some physical therapy, two people that my wife knows and goes to said, well, yes, they aren't wrong. And then she also looked it up too. Is like, there's still so much that's not developed that it shouldn't be something that they're doing for a long period of time. But if he stands up for a second and you're holding him and helping distribute the weight, and of course we are, but still he doesn't bend at the hips probably as much as he should, and I think it's because I've been doing that with him a lot, so I've been trying to show him the other way. But yeah, I mean, I think long story short, the pediatrician was like, yeah, it's fine if that's what he wants to do, it's fine, but it shouldn't be the thing that you're kind of always going, stand up, stand on, like show people how you stand up. And he's on it for longer than a couple seconds, but he does like to do it still. And that's a skill where like, he'll be sitting, I'll be like up, and he holds my fingers and just puts himself straight up. And then I'm teaching him. It's like a dog. I teach him to sit. Also, okay, now let's sit, buddy.
Here's a treat.
Yeah, and good job. But yeah, the laughing is growing to actual laughter, not just like he's actually laughing. It's yeah, what a treat.
So what is sleep training? Is he going down at a specific time? Do you wake him up intentionally, or how's that process going or going to go? Well,
it's in process for sure, and I'm still learning, reading through that book. But she suggests starting with the evening, so picking a general time that you're going to commit to going down, which then should project you to a time when they'll be getting up, roughly, depending on how many months old and things like that. But we're just kind of at the beginning stages of starting to set that downtime. And then even if he isn't asleep, we don't leave the room. The major thing that we're working on right now is so often, especially his naps during the day, is he's falling asleep on us. And so what does that train them to do is that's what sleep is associated with. So having to break some habits, which is right. I mean, when the kid is so young, they should be sleeping on you. It helps that development and comfort, and we're looking at breaking that because it is a crutch rather, for him of sleep. And so we're not doing that before he goes down at night. But, it's going to all sound like very common sense and logic. It's like, yeah, okay, you got to set things like, okay, we always read a book after we do the final change, and we get him into his diaper, and we start turning lights down low and start putting soothing music on, and keeping all those things consistent around the same time, so that there is that gradual wind down, so that you can counter that biological thing that we were talking about that happens, where it's like the zoomies start happening and they're going crazy right before sleep, is the, oh my God, I'm about to lose control of everything, and the people, where will they be there when I wake up, and don't leave me, and I don't want to die, and like the lizard brain kicks in, and so how can you help counter that is what we're learning, is like setting things in place. So we've started to do that. So
wait, now you're 4 months in. When does your wife, did she have 6 months leave? Is that what it was?
Yeah, kind of, sort of. It wasn't all leave. Some of it was through the state. Some of it was through her job. Some of it was extended because of having the C-section and recovery and things like that. So she got kind of the best of all these worlds. And so she'll go back. It will be almost 6 months total.
That's got to be going fast for her.
Yeah, she's already feeling that, like, it's going to be over. And, I think that's why she's also very keen on we should record that, because he was not going to make these sounds. We got to take a photo of this, or, documenting the things, because I think she's feeling that time is ticking down for sure.
Yeah. And I'm glad that she is that way, because and I think you said that you caught it, but when you used to mention that little sneeze he would do, and just things like that
he doesn't do it anymore. It's gone, man. It's gone.
And so just things like that. That's kind of like a reminder that let's record this stuff, and again, technology helps us to capture a lot more than our parents could when we were growing up.
100%.
And so you can definitely, hold on to those. But I can't believe it's 4 months already, though. It's going so fast.
Yeah, it is. And yet it also feels, it's crazy. Like, it feels like yesterday, but it doesn't. Like, this is the giving a little bit of wiggle room to those parents before, and they didn't remind me about the things they remember. It's like, there's things I'm like, what? When did that happen? What day is it? Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
When you and your wife get a chance at night to finally settle down, your son is sleeping, you finally just kind of get a chance to, almost for lack of a better word, exhale. Mm-hmm. Do you find yourselves, are you talking? Are you just sitting in the quiet? How do you guys spend that downtime that you get together?
Yeah, I mean, it's all of the above. Sometimes it is just like sit and do the crossword. Sometimes it's put a show on. But it's also the time of like, okay, we need to take care of these things that we haven't had the time to do today. So let's, book the tickets for this trip. Let's, look up this thing. Let's order that thing that we know we need now because he's outgrown this, or we're going to be traveling to a place where he's going to get to explore the beach or explore a pool. Oh, swimsuits. What kind of swimsuits as a kid? Well, he's got to be fully covered, just because their skin's so sensitive, they can't wear sunscreen at this young of an age. So like, oh yeah, we got to buy those things. And, it's often a time of like, all right, what's the checklist? Okay, now let's relax.
Wait, he can't wear is there not like baby sunscreen or something? I didn't even realize he couldn't wear sunscreen at all.
Yeah, their skin is so sensitive that they really recommend not being in the sun. So coverage, because they can't wear sunscreen. And I'm just regurgitating this because that's what my wife has told me, because she's the expert and I listen. like a good boy.
Yes. There's a lot of training going on this week as well.
Oh, buddy.
I like
yes. Training and commitment. Commitment to the training.
Yes.
Yes. So I didn't know that either, but from the pediatric nurse practitioner, acute care specialist, my wife, you do not, sunscreen cannot be trusted. So gotta get them the full coverage UV, full length hats and suits, and to keep them away from the sun as much as possible.
Tell me you tell her that all the time. Tell me you tell her you're a acute care specialist.
I don't, but I should. That's pretty good.
You're an adorable. You're not a cute. You're an adorable care specialist.
Yeah, don't sell yourself short, baby.
You had mentioned you specifically wanted to talk about sleep time. Did we hit the other thing you wanted to be sure and bring up this week?
The only other thing that came into my orbit, it was from my sister. She's a librarian, and in particular, she works in Colorado, Denver Public Libraries, and she focuses on children development, and so children's, like, what curriculums and things to be kind of teaching at the libraries and sharing. In, like, the things that she shares and is learning, shared some music similar to that Irish guy who did the, like, electronic kind of house music that I shared with you. Mm-hmm. A bunch of scientists came together and formulated a song and had Imogen Heap as the singer.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, and so she shared that, and then I went online and found that on Spotify, the actual song. But then there's also a whole playlist from that one song. It's called The Happy Song from Imogen Heap. It's far more childlike than the other stuff that I shared. That it is, adults I think would enjoy it too. But yeah, the Happy Song playlist has a bunch of children's songs and things like that. But yeah, just to kind of follow up with music and what types of things, because we're still sharing music with him and playing music. It's a large part of the wind down for the sleep and the type of music we shift to, but also the wake up in the morning and have fun, or the just hanging out in the afternoon having fun type of thing. It helps set a tone, a vibe, and then you can also really feel when it's like, we got to change this. This is way too intense. And you can just see him, like, he's taking it in, but it's too much. It's like there's these sponges and they just keep taking. And sometimes it's like, it's too much, but I can't turn it off. So you got to do it for them and help them wind down. Otherwise, it's just start going crazy.
I remember seeing a reel or something where it was a baby, and I don't even remember what song it was, and you could see the baby, like it was like a ballad, and the baby, physically reacting and feeling and looking sad. Has he had any kind of a visceral reaction like that to music yet?
No, not really. I mean, I feel like it does affect him, because certainly the winding down music helps to, transition from something more upbeat. But no, there hasn't really been the, like, oh, I love this song, or, certainly not like running today. There was like an immediate, like, what is this? We're going, like, and I'm not surprised that happened, actually, because another thing that my wife did the other day that I've started doing with him too now is not throwing him up in the air, but just like the motion up, like you're gonna toss a kid up.
Right.
But just that, he's like, whoa, like going nuts for it. And there's something about that movement that really gets him going. So it's a new thing.
Do you have an entry for us this week?
I do, and I actually, it's a two-parter because we missed one. So if we could, it won't be that much longer. But it's kind of funny because of the transition that we had discussed, where he's not pooping as often, and because breast milk is so nutrient dense. But I digress. So this was a wet entry. The days are no longer marked by poos. 1 or 2 before noon, had become a regular. My son more regular than me. Our days marked by this constant, well, no more. Things are now left up in the air. One night might you think that it's going to build suspense or add some excitement, but it doesn't. Especially with this app. Now we know everything. No, it's just change him, a quick wipe down, and click the what button on the app to indicate pee, and no more. There's a sadness, like I'm suffering a loss. Now one never knows who's going to get the honor. Who would have thought that would be an honor? But that's where the excitement is. The full load, the cleanup, the additional extra diaper needed for the mess. For now, it's just wet and move on. I suppose there's always tomorrow. So, yeah, there has been less, so I'm not getting the constant, like, oh my God, let's write about this one.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's like, oh, okay, that's it, huh?
It's such a different shift in tone from, good Lord, I've changed 1 million diapers, to, oh man, it's been a while since I've changed a diaper.
I know. I mean, I'm still changing diapers. They're just, yeah.
But like, let's say like 2 months ago, how many diapers were you changing a day to what is it about now?
Well, I could look up the exact number, but I'm not going to spend the time trying to find it right now.
Right.
Certainly, well, a lot less because he is not changing through the evening now. So he does one through the entire sleep when, our downtime was kind of in the window of 6:30 to 7:30. We're trying to narrow that, but it's still kind of, we're learning. He's learning. We're trying to instill the confidence that he can do it because he's learning. It's so cool. I just think it's amazing. So 6:30-ish until about 6:30 a.m. So like 12 hours where we would have done multiple changes. So it's quite a few less there. And there's got to be a couple less per the day time and the waking hours as well. I know but we're still, he's still changing a lot because it's like, oh God, I can see the bulge through the diaper. Like that's just pee.
Yeah.
And like, it's amazing how they soak everything up. I mean, that's one of the things that the person in the Precious Little Sleep book says, Alexis, is like, no baby is ever waking in discomfort from being wet because of technology with diapers these days. So yeah, they can go the whole night. It's amazing. And they are really incredible.
I totally recognize I'm not there 24/7. And so I haven't felt the long nights and the long days and the length and the tiredness. But from the outside looking in, that is fantastic that you're aiming for 6:30 to 7:30, 6:30 to 6:30, where it seems like you were just up all night long, 1-2 hours breaks. That's so cool. I like that's amazing.
It is pretty remarkable. And to think that it's really him, the child, that is doing that growth and learning, and I'm just like along for the journey. But yeah, that's pretty cool. It is pretty
That's so cool. I'm so glad for you guys that you get a night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, he still will wake up multiple times, but we're weaning off of the feeding at night because that's one thing they suggest. And so when he wakes, it's just he gets a little fussy, and we just kind of reassure him that we're here, it's okay, put the pacifier back in, or just kind of gently talk him back into sleep instead of getting him out feeding him. And so it helps. It's we're not quite there yet, but we're well on our way.
That's amazing. I love that.
Yeah. So now the other one, wet dirty morning. Holy crap. And, there it is. Yeah, I know. I had to. And no, not in the Jesus, Mary, and Joseph Holy Trinity sense of holy crap, but in the there must have been holes in this diaper holy crap sense. We got poo coming out every possible direction. Up the back, out the front, down both legs. Yes, both. The sleep onesie is a goner, soaking in the sink, trying to get ahead of the stains, but it may never be the same. Now, a lesser man would have crumbled under the stress of this mess, but the weathered, seasoned veteran that I am, I moved through it with ease.
Look at that. You know what? You know what? I got, again, just the comparison to a couple of weeks ago when your entry, you were pretty down. And
there was that.
You know, it was, and it's nice to hear like that. Like I felt the darkness that you were feeling in that one, and it's so cool to now get an inch, and you know, it'll go up and down. It's life. It'll go up and down, but it's just really cool to get an entry of, you know, a lesser man. Like that's great. I love that. I'm so happy for you right now, man.
Well, thanks, man. I just am in such awe of how in depth we get with this. It's so fun. We're geeking out on diapers, changes, sleep. I mean, it's very cool. This is the deep dive, baby.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, it's really cool to look at that almost macro vision, to really break down, look at these little things that are happening and how they're affecting the big picture. And it's just really cool to see how you guys are coming along and coming through it. And it's man, I'm just happy for you. It's really cool.
Well, I appreciate that, and I appreciate the reflection and the time to do this, and you as the captain to kind of like the steward, you know, to keep us on and reflecting back, so that I do realize, oh yeah, that wasn't that long ago that I was feeling like a total failure as a dad because of the way the change went, you know, to a lesser man.
Look at that.
Yeah, I got this.
Yeah, the training continues.
The training continues. Absolutely. Oh, good stuff, man. Well, thank you for being the captain. Oh, captain, my captain.
Thank you for being the
poop deck.
Boats, the poop deck.
Working on the poop deck. I don't know.
Well, I appreciate you, Lane. Thanks for keeping us posted on what's going on this week.
Thank you, Ed. My pleasure, bud. Until next time.
All right, man.